The New Concord community walked throughout the village to represent the time it takes foreign countries to walk and get fresh water.
Fall is now among us and the summer activities have now left. No worries, the local organization is bringing many more activities.
Also, the legalization of marijuana, also known as Issue 3, will be added to the ballot along with an anti-monopoly law known as Issue 2. All that and more will be in the October 7th edition of the Muskie Daily.
Hello, and thanks for tuning in to the Muskie Daily. I'm Ashley Glazer.
And I'm Anna Kramig, topping our news today. Hunger is an issue all throughout the world. With children alone, over 17 million of them suffer from severe acute malnutrition. Orbit Media News correspondent Marty Kurtz has the details on how residents of New Concord made a difference in the fight against hunger.
This past Saturday, roughly 40 New Concord residents gathered at the New Concord United Methodist Church parking lot to participate in this year's Crop Walk. The Crop Walk is a national event where communities throughout the country and throughout the year come together to raise funds and awareness of hunger issues all around the world. Reverend Ann Wyrick, pastor for the College Drive Presbyterian Church, along with other ministries of the community, put the event together. Mayor of New Concord, Greg Adams, also attended the event, giving an opening speech to welcome the community members. He explains why he has done it throughout the years.
It's a challenge worldwide, and I feel thankful that we've been able to raise our family here and really not have to be too concerned about issues related to hunger. But I know that there's lots of folks who have not had that luxury, so to try to make a little bit of difference means something.
The Crop Walk was held in New Concord community, starting at the United Methodist Church parking lot and ending at the Village Green. The event raised $1,386, but will be taking donations for the next week and a half. For Orbit Media News, I'm Marty Kurtz.
NCART, the New Concord Area Arts and Recreation District, hosts many activities during the year in New Concord area. These activities include a writer's circle, guitar, clogging, and cooking classes. These classes are all happening this month. NCART is also working on a new opening dog park named the New Concord Bark Park. The Bark Park does not have a location yet, but two possible places have been discussed. The first location is by the New Concord area pool, and the second is located by the Crumb and Cup. New NCART is sponsoring multiple events in New Concord, so check out their Facebook page and stay up to date.
A bill to legalize marijuana in the next election is being presented by the state of Ohio. The bill will allow anyone over 21 to possess marijuana. The bill also contains an option for anyone who wishes to obtain a medical marijuana card. However, in order for Issue 3 to pass, Issue 2 must be rejected.
This particular anti-monopoly measure is a bad one, as from the way it's written, although the general principle of avoiding monopolies is a good one, unless you can argue that there's some public necessity to a monopoly.
That is it for your local news. Now we'll take a short break.
After the break, we'll be taking a look at Vice President Biden's newest ad. Keep it here on the Muskie Daily.
This is Will Mullins, and I want to encourage you to watch Chapel on Orbit TV Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at 5 p.m. and 10 p.m. Thanks.
Find out what decisions are being made at Student Senate that could affect your campus organization by tuning into Orbit TV on Tuesdays at 11 in the evening, and again on Wednesday through Sunday at 10 in the morning and 6 and 11 in the evening.
Governor John Kasich is speaking out about the gun laws not being an issue, but the person controlling the weapon being the problem.
Look, the problem is, I don't think, the lack of gun laws. I think the problem is we have a society where people become increasingly isolated. They become estranged. They have no family. They don't have much community. This is kind of a breakdown in what we grew up with, Wolf, which was a community where we all cared about one another. As you know, I've been involved and invested a lot to help the issue of mental illness in Ohio. It's one of the reasons I expanded Medicaid, so the communities are stronger. It's those kinds of things, because if you focus on the guns, you're missing the bigger picture, which is the fact that people have been isolated, estranged, and try to take away guns, I don't think it's going to solve this problem.
He Biden may not be on stage for the first Democratic presidential debate on Tuesday, but Vice President Joe Biden's presence will be feet away. The 90-second ad produced by his supporters will air during the debate. A senior advisor to the draft Biden effort says that the ad is not intended to lure the voice of the president into the race, but rather share his life story with a national audience. The ad is narrated by Biden and taken from his commencement speech at Yale University in May, just 2 weeks before his oldest son, Beau, died from cancer. The black and white ends with the message, "Run, Joe."
Biden is expected to meet with his family this weekend to discuss entering the race. Just north of Youngstown, a nearly 2-day search for a missing toddler is over after she was found safe in a field. Authorities discovered 2-year-old Rain Peterson Sunday about a quarter-mile from the North Bloomfield home, where she was staying with her great-grandparents and 2 siblings. The child's mother does not live in the home, but had made a plea for her daughter's safe return. Crews had been searching by ground and air. Rain was wet and cold, but unharmed. She was taken to a hospital to be checked out. That is it for our local news and national news.
Stay with us. Next, I'll be back with your local weather forecast after this short break.
We have the music. We have the cameras. We have the talent. Orbit Media, where the magic happens.
On the story. On the quad. On the scene. This is the Muskie Daily.
Welcome back. Let's take a look at your weather forecast. Tonight looks to be a little foggy after midnight and chilly with a low of 52. Tomorrow will be partly sunny with a high of 76 degrees. Tomorrow night will be mild with a low of 55 and a 50% chance of rain showers after midnight. That is it for your local weather forecast. Now let's take a break and be back with your Muskie Sports Update. Welcome back. Let's take a look at your Muskie Sports News. The Muskingum University volleyball team took on Capital University yesterday in the Rec Center. The Fighting Muskies dominated the court, holding the Crusaders to 15 points or in less than 3 sets. The Muskies racked up 32 kills and 6 errors on the night. Capital ended the game with a total of 26 errors and 21 kills. The Muskies moved to 14-6 on the season and will be traveling to Heidelberg on Saturday for a doubleheader. The Fighting Muskies will take on Heidelberg at 1 and then be up against Case Western Reserve at 3. The Fighting Muskies men's soccer team lost their match against Capital University yesterday 1-0 by an overtime goal. The Muskies could not manage to get back of the net in any of their 3 shots on the goal. The game-winning goal came from just over 4 minutes into overtime. The Crusaders were given a free kick from 20 yards out that was headed in by Hunter Steiner. The Fighting Muskies are now 3-8 on the season and will be on the road Saturday to take on Heidelberg. Muskingum University will be introducing the newest members into the Athletic Hall of Fame on homecoming weekend. The inductees will occur during the M Club breakfast on October 24th. The honorees include 1976 football player Jeff Heacock, 2002 wrestler Wade Chapman, 1998 softball player Heather Shingray, 2003 basketball player Jessica Gates, and 1958 football player Jack Lofstrom. The honorees will be recognized during the halftime at the homecoming game against Ohio Northern University. There are 158 other Muskie alumni that have been already added into the Athletics Hall of Fame, class from the previous 35 years. That's it for your Muskie Sports Update. After the short break, we'll be back with events and schedule changes happening for the fall break on the Hook.
This is Will Mullins, and I want to encourage you to watch Chapel on Orbit TV Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at 5 p.m. and 10 p.m. Thanks.
Find out what decisions are being made at Student Senate that could affect your campus organization by tuning into Orbit TV on Tuesdays at 11 in the evening, and again on Wednesday through Sunday at 10 in the morning and 6 and 11 in the evening.
The dining halls in the Wynn Cafe will have different hours during fall break. The bait shop will be open Friday from 7:30 in the morning until 2 in the afternoon. It will also be open on Monday and Tuesday from 8 in the morning until 1 in the afternoon. The Wynn Cafe will be closing Thursday at 11 at night and reopen at 7 in the evening on Wednesday, the 14th. Thomas Dining Hall will close on Friday at 2 in the afternoon and will reopen on Wednesday, the 14th at 10:30 in the morning. Patton Dining Hall will be open for normal hours on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It will also be open from 8 in the morning until 1 in the afternoon on Monday and Tuesday.
Pillowcases are needed and can be donated. The pillowcases can be new or slightly used. The donations will go towards Little Justice for Africa to give hope to a child in need. Pillowcases can be dropped off in the bait shop collection box underneath the clock.
There will be a zombie 5K run and walk on October 17th. The walk is being presented by the Southeastern Ohio Symphony Orchestra in partnership with Muskingum University. To find out more information or to sign up, go to seoso.org.
Thank you for joining us here on the October 7th edition of the Muskie Daily.
For more information on tonight's news, pick up this week's edition of the Black Magenta and check out orbitmediaonline.com.
Tune in tomorrow for more information on NCARD, the marijuana issue, and nibbles and sips. Thanks again and have a good night, New Concord.